Welcome back, everybody. So glad you could be with me here today. Walter in the workshop with some interesting finds. So, I was back there on the shelf. I find this lovely rosewood tote, more than likely from a number 5 or 5.5 or 6. I, I think it's that same size. Very similar. And I found this one, which is a number 4. And I found a knob. I don't know if it goes with either one of those, but I have spare knobs and totes. So there's that. And then outside, I was looking for a piece of wood, and I stumbled on these 4 pieces, and I have no idea what they are. I remember the backstory to it. The backstory to it was I was working in New York City. New York City! And one of the jobs, I'm looking for the piece that I planed. Here it is. Had a newel post that had to come out. I planed that. It's a dark milk chocolate brown. It has a grain very similar to mahogany, but it's darker and it's heavy. And these 4 pieces came out of one newel post. You know, the post at the end of a staircase. I dragged this, my toolbox, and me through the New York City subway system home. And I had tied to this several dozen spindles. You know, the balustrade, the balusters. This was a whole staircase that came out and was headed for the dumpster. So I'm going to have to look up a little bit on the wood database and see what I can find about hardness. And I might actually have to cut a piece off, weigh it, and come up with a specific gravity. But there's that story. And back to this board, which got the nickname the piece of red oak from hell. This board has 2 things that you normally don't see together. Number 1, do you see the tiger striping? Okay? Stripe, 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 stripe. It's tiger stripe or curly. And it is quarter sawn at the same time. So you've got Rayfleck, quarter sawn, and tiger striping all in one board. And I took this board with me to a Lee Nielsen. That's pretty amazing. I planed this a long time ago and it's still pretty much flat. I took this with me to a Lee Nielsen hand tool event and we tried. We tried with the best tools that they had, and we even took time to re-sharpen and polish a few of their irons, and we could only get a sub 1,000th of an inch shaving off of their best tools, and still it was slightly tearing out. So when I got home, what that made me realize was the trick to planing this was going to be a back bevel. And so a super sharp blade with a back bevel set extremely fine with a tightly closed mouth, and then I was able to plane this. So this side has a little bit of shellac on it, and I have been scraping it to clean it since I brought it in from outside. And you know, that's another way to deal with a cranky wood, is with a card scraper or cabinet scraper. But you can even hear, you hear that going through those tigers? It's a tough one. This would be one of those that in a modern factory, it would go through a wide belt sander. That's how they would handle it. And the veneer that came off of this would have that same figure. So when they went to make the plywood, they definitely run those through wide belt sanders. So it means nothing to them. But I can tell you right now, I know for certain, based on my knowledge of timber, this was the stump of the tree. You see how the grain flares out like that? And so this tiger striping is also known as compression wood. All of the weight of the tree is pressing down here and squeezing these little ribs. So this was the outside of, am I correct on that? No. Yes, that's the outside of the tree. This was the inside of the tree. See how slow it grew? And then how fast it grew? Compression wood. So that's about it for this one. If you know anything about mahogany, let me know. And I'm going to get on the wood database and see what I can find out about that. If I find anything, I'll leave it in the comment section or the description of the video, not the comment section. So like, subscribe, and share. Head out to your workshop. Go see what kind of strange woods you have. Walter out.